Word, son. What do you do, YouTube? It's your boy, Jedivine. All right, man, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. If you haven't already, you hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get up into it. All right, man, so with the NBA 2K26 news starting to kind of pour out now, everybody's seen the screenshot of the small little trinkets of little Easter eggs of information that you see on that little bulletin board. Y'all see it. Everybody broke it down already. But I think coming up on if I'm not mistaken, on the 28th of July, which is a little less than a week, it's supposed to be talking about the gameplay in relation to ProPlay. Now, the only problem I have with 2K right now in this current state right now, I have an issue with 2K because since the existence of ProPlay, this game has gone from, like you see how I'm playing 2K14 right now, last gen or the 2 gens ago, or a few consoles back, PS360 version of 2K14. Now that you see me playing this, like, you start to see how basically more free flowing it is. It's not necessarily harp too much on animation. There's certain aspects of it, but it's not too bad to the point where you can't control your guy. Maybe you could take it back a little further in a couple of other 2Ks where there was actually more freedom and there wasn't so much animation dependency. But ever since the existence of ProPlay, this game is now turned into, and I mean 2K as of right now, 2K4, 2K24, 2K25, 2K26, it's turned more now into like a jigsaw puzzle. And if you know anything about jigsaw puzzles or puzzles in general, you know that they're only as good as the puzzle pieces that will fit. So the thing about that is, I understand that you have to have a base to work from, right? You can't just pretty much make a basketball game with no type of set base to it, whether it's animation or physics. You have to have a base to it. But the problem, again, still lies with the simple fact of anytime you're in a specific spot, right? You know in your mind, as much as you've played basketball or watched basketball, however you intake basketball, you know that if you got this lane, you're going at this speed, you know good and well that you should have free flight to either scoop lead on this side or do a straight arm tomahawk, whatever the case is. Or you know for a fact that if you got beat off the first step and you're like a step and a half, maybe 2 steps in front of him, there should be no reason why all of a sudden the guy that's behind you now, he's able to catch back up to you now all of a sudden, and now you go from a go-ahead easy bucket to now you're all of a sudden doing a random double clutch for no reason. You know what I mean? Now you're seeing your guys now motion shifting into positions because the way that this game is now being presented to us is if you go to spot A and player 1 and 2 are right there, then animation B will queue up. If you go to spot B, animation C will queue up. If you go to spot A and then if there's B, then C and D might play, but more than less likely it's going to be B. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like, this game has now gone to the point where we have little to no user control. How many times have you ever played 2K, right? Whether it might be you're playing against a friend with online head-to-head, or you're playing in a rec, my player, whatever it is, right? How many times have you played the game and a guy's going to do a meter dunk, right? Do you know how many times you've tried to block it, or good and well that you are trying to put yourself in a position to be able to time a chase down block or swat it out of his hand? And how many times have you seen the game literally suction cup you into an animation that you can't avoid because that contact dunk animation is required for you to get underneath him with contact, and then now your guy's just laying on the ground just like a sad depressed dog. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you seen that? How many times have you felt the game gravitate you to a spot that you weren't supposed to be, and you know good and well that your button input said that you were trying to do something opposite? How many times have you had that happen? How many times have you been dribbling the ball and for some weird reason you're not even moving, but the game literally will make it to where your animation, your guy will stand there and watch the guy pick the ball out of your hand? How many times have you seen that? How many times do you feel like your user input was never registered or it wasn't enough? How many times have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like that in other 2Ks? I'm sure you haven't, but that's the problem where we are now. Adding more animations does not contribute to more freedom. It does not contribute to a more simulation gameplay. It doesn't. What it does is it becomes more convoluted. It becomes more cumbersome. It turns into, like I said, a jigsaw puzzle. If you're in a certain spot, that animation is going to queue up because you're right there. There is no freedom anymore in 2K, and that's my problem. If I hear Mike Wang say he's added 1,800 more animations, I swear to God, I am done. I'm finished with 2K. Because the last thing we need is more animations. And then on top of that, if you take it past online head-to-head, if you're still looking at it from a my player perspective, if you play that, we're still looking at now animations being locked from season to season to season to season. We're still having animations being gatekept away from us until we hit a certain what is it, like a certain, I don't know, a certain level, a certain rep or whatever it is. We're being gatekept with those things. You know what I'm saying? Certain free throws you couldn't even get in you can't even get certain free throws in 2K because for some reason the animations are locked away. I don't know why, but there's specific free throws that I would like to use, but I can't get them because 2K has them locked away for the users to not use. I don't know why, but it's like that. You know what I'm saying? There's certain shots that I want to use and I can't even use them solely for the fact of they're locked behind something. I can't use certain dunks because not only if I meet the rating, I can't use it because that player's dunk package isn't unlocked for that season. So I have to sit here and wait for y'all to drip feed the animations to us in order for us to be able to use them. Now I apologize for the little sidebar I just went off of, but I'm just saying in general, with ProPlay being in existence for 2K at this point, we're losing user control. And like I said, if they say anything along the lines of we've added a certain number of new animations here in relation to ProPlay, you can count me out. You can count me out, y'all. Because I am sick of being relegated to what the game wants me to do. Not what the user wants to do, but what the game wants me to do. I'm so tired of it. I'm so sick of it, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. But like I said, in due time, we will see. July 28th, we'll talk about it. We'll see what's going on. But I don't have a very confident feeling. I have little to no hopes in regards to if 2K26 is going to be good because of what we dealt with in 2K25. I'm telling you, like, that was enough to deter you right there. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links because you know how I do. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Divine, and I'm signing out. Peace.